Hello everybody, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we're going to play some Netrunner. Alright, so let's put that in a new remote. Let's put that in there with it. Gain $1. All right. All right. Jeeves is going to be good. Need to drop them. Nope, not that low. I wonder if they'll go for the trash here. So that's where things get a little bit exciting. I should have res Jeeves. I completely forgot again. My own fault. Morning, Just a Chris. I think at some point next week, I'd like to do a video that's just on ice placement and how to do ice placement, because it's something that I'd really like to work on. You know, I was playing Argus earlier this week, and my buddy Russell from the United Kingdom was talking to me about like prioritizing ice placement, and other people like Josiah, who's played a lot of Argus, help me out with that, and it just completely changed my win ratio and my level of understanding of the deck when you understand, if you didn't build the deck, what ice is supposed to go where and why. Alright, so this time we're going to actually remember to res our shit. We're going to advance, 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 and score and get 2 credits. Hey, I was just talking about you. Yes, I would love to put that surveyor on that server for free. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I really like this game. I'm thinking about bringing a sports metal deck to tomorrow's meetup. I'm just gonna have to make some proxies for Rashida and NGO since they're in my Argus deck as well. I want to have decks to be able to give out tomorrow. Yeah, it's cool. We just gotta keep playing in person as much as we can. This isn't a terrible play. But unfortunately, I mean, of course we have perfect knowledge, but they're not getting anything exciting. Morning, Algrand. I probably should have put the Loki down, but that's very expensive. It's like raining or it is raining. Yeah, I think this is the right call for them. They got to get rid of that Jeeves. Because the ability to cheat out 4-2s is a huge advantage to us. I love Bankroll in Criminal. It's such a good criminal card. As opposed to something like Desperado, which puts the money into your credit pool, because the bankrolls are less vulnerable than credits in your credit pool, but it takes up MU, so you can't really abuse it without not having all your tools down. It's really good. It's a really well-designed card that I really like. All right, let's draw. Let's put that on HQ. And let's gain $1. Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, I could get the Jeeves back with it. I don't think that's terrible. Ideally, I'd like to just get the other 2 Vitruviuses, so we could go get a Rashida. The world's kind of our oyster here. I think... That was a pretty expensive install for them. Alright, well, we gotta make them spend the money. We gotta eat up those credits wherever we can. We might even go get the NGO. This is tough. Do we have a good Mountain City target? We do, so we might want to also replace... Here's what we're gonna do. This is exciting. I love this style of HB. I've missed it. I wish ASA was better because I have a really lovely circuit board ID for it. But you can't have everything. Ooh, interesting. And Bessel, also a good criminal card. I wonder what the call will be. Ice maybe, or operations, since Seeds has already seen that we have at least one operation, right? Trying to get rid of... Oh, chose ice. Interesting. These bankrolls are doing an incredible amount of work for our opponent. I don't know. Realistically, based on how much ice we've built up, they're probably going to use them for falsified credentials, right? We desperately need money. We're going to go get NGO front. We're going to shuffle our hand, and then we're going to... Man, I should build more criminal decks. Is there a solid criminal, non-Liza criminal that came out of Worlds? I mean, there probably is. I just probably haven't seen it. The Apocalypse, like 419 decks and stuff, right? All right. We can't ditch any money cards. Fairchild 1's a bit of a liability. IP block's a bit of a liability. I'd like to keep everything else. We're gonna ditch 1 corporate sales team. Hey, Miles, good morning. I was just lamenting that Sports Metal kind of eclipsed my need for your lovely ASA ID because it's just a better economic ability, or easier, much easier to use in competitive play. Yeah, I forgot this is a doof run. Yeah, I mean, I could play Geist. Well, I don't mean non-419, but they could be not Apocalypse 419. Right? We're getting the crap kicked out of us. I think I played a bunch of the turns early on wrong. I should have been jamming more when we had that big window. We are in rough shape. Here. Alright, well, at least we can finally get out of hell. Yep. We are in rough shape, kids. These bankrolls are real good. You were using them to really great effect against me when you were playing that NISEI deck, Russell, when we did our pickup games. Well, as long as they don't check archives, we're still fine. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Steve should have made it. This is so bad. Alright, we gotta pretend like we can win right now. Maybe I should put together a crim. I was gonna do a max so I could use my circuit board identity. A max is boring. An agenda. Now, the neat thing is if they run this, they've already used their ability for Nero, so I might be able to actually hit them with the Surveyor. Amina killed my family. This is what we've all been waiting for, kids. We're gonna probably lose here. But we fought a hard fight. Oh my god, did we survive? Wow. Ah, no. We tried. Alright. Let's get another game in real quick. I don't know. Anybody wants to send me a good non-apocalypse criminal that I can hand to a newer player, that would be ideal. Seeds, that was a wonderful game. Like, you played your deck just so perfectly. It was just incredibly solid play. Okay, So we're gonna put a ginger out. We're gonna put that out. And we'll put that on HQ. Seems like a good start to me. But who knows what kind of wild bullshit will happen. Okay. Rip. Welcome, Miles. I'm glad you're here. I always love when I can get some time to hang out with you. All right. Tough but fair. Tough but fair. We are broke. I wonder if there would be a way to build Stealth Criminal again now. Okay. So we need to be playing around Leela's bounce. And we also need to be getting agendas out of our hands. I should trash that. That's a good catch, Josiah. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to hedge. We're going to advance this once, and we're going to trash that. So they're gonna get to bounce something. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then... don't really want to get rid of any ice. But I think in this case, that's our least valuable card. I haven't decided when I'm going to be doing... when I'm going to be doing Key Party. But soon. Probably in the evenings. Maybe one night a week. To start, see what the reception is. Probably gonna go for... they're probably gonna go for ice here. But who... but what do I know? Oh, and they now know that our hand is a loaded baked potato of agendas. Yeah, why wouldn't they just come right in? I'm gonna go get Jeeves. Coming in hot, looking for the agenda. In a way, that embezzle's kind of good for us, even though they do, of course, have the potential to hit agendas, because now that is going to be their entire focus. Which means we can just keep jamming. I'm gonna put the gatekeeper on... ooh. Put the gatekeeper on HQ. And then advance. That was a really lucky... not lucky, but that was a really fortunate draw for us. That violet level clearance let us exponentially increase the defense of that server. Jeeves is such a good card. We still have another surveyor there. So I'm going to put this one on R&D just to shore up R&D a little bit with something they have to deal with, as opposed to Fairchild, which if they ran first click, they could potentially click through. And then next turn, we can just biotic Jeeves out a efficiency committee if they don't do anything about it. And if they do something about it, then we can just use the Project Vitruvius to get back the Biotic after we play it. Yeah, I think this is a fairly good deck to bring, since it doesn't have like a kill mechanic. It's got a very straightforward win condition that I can explain pretty easily to new players. So I think this will be what I'll bring, and then I'll shop around for a nice run-based criminal. Yeah, I mean, when I give new people decks, once I've kind of gone through a couple model turns to teach them the base mechanics of Netrunner, like how resing ice and the run works and the mechanics of a turn, I'll pick everything up, and then I'll kind of take the deck that I'm giving them, and I will like put down the key cards of the deck. So for like this, I would be like, I'd put down like Gingerbread, Jeeves, Biotic, and like the identity, and I'd be like, here's the soup to nuts of this deck. This is what Gingerbread does. This is why this card's super important. This is what Jeeves does. This is why that's super important. This is Biotic. This is what it does and why it's super important. That's how I usually do. And then I let them, the other cards like the ice and stuff, I let them kind of puzzle that out unless they specifically ask for help, because people often like to have that mental enjoyment of like discovering or making cool plays for themselves. But I'll go over like key cards for the deck and why they're so important. I think Nero would be kind of a tough new player identity, just because they're not going to be familiar with where corps are going to be placing ice and where sentries are likely to be. Like, your deck is based very heavily on understanding ice and ice placement, which I think it does not benefit a new player, but I think it's a solid deck. But anyway, I gotta get running out the door to work, but thank you everyone for taking time out of their day to come hang out. I always love all the comments and the feedback helping me get better. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider either becoming a patron or using a subscription on Twitch to support the channel. It's the easiest way to help pay for the equipment upgrades, the lighting, and the editing softwares that I use. I'm going to be doing my interview with Project NISEI lead designer Greg Tung this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. What is it, EDT. We're going to have a discussion about his vision for the future, what kind of his design ethos is, and how he feels about the game where it is and where it should be going. It's going to be a really rad conversation, so come check it out. And until I see all of you again, always be running.